Hello everyone, welcome to another t-shirt design tutorial. So in this one I am going to show you guys how to practice design for your portfolio. So this is not going to be a design for selling, but if you want to work as a freelance designer, then you need to show your clients that how good you are at design, and this is how you can make different t-shirt designs to showcase your skill. And for this one I'm going to use this image here. This is a image of a army jeep, and this is the first line drawing that I made from this one, and then this is the full color version of that image that I illustrated. So I have this video recorded. If you want to see that, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll upload that speed video. So first step is picking a good design, and then here I am not going to take any vectors from stock sites, but I am going to illustrate everything, because if I am going to show this to my client that I can do this, then I can get a job like this. They will want me to create something like this for them. And for using this kind of designs we will need some inspirations. So this is how I get my text. So you can see this is two of these already made army jeep t-shirt designs, and I am taking the text from here, this army base, American legend, US American army. So these are all the text that I'm going to take from this one. Now it doesn't have to be very meaningful or anything, but I just want to show my skill here, so that's why I'm using different text, just whatever is related to my niche. So this is the text here. I'm going to break them by lines, and now I want to simply place them one by one. Okay, so this is my army jeep here, that one I'm going to use today. So in this one I am going to just place some simple text. You can see this simple text like this, text placement, nothing fancy here. So first of all is I need to choose a font, and in a military style font you will see they will use some bolder looking fonts. This is perfectly fine, but I want to take it in another level, that I am going to use some army related fonts here. So let me show you, and maybe I don't know which font I'm going to use here, but I have a font that is this one. Okay, so this is a military font, army font, and how to understand if this is army font or not, you can see this is the style of army font, this cut between these letters. So these are the style of stencil or army font. So that is fine. Now I'm going to make it bigger in size. That is completely fine, so that I can see what is going on here. So this is the army base here, the text I want to use. Maybe I will just use something like, okay, I'm going to use here the offset arc lower. Let's just use whatever you want to, just to give it a look. So this is fine. I need to change the arc a bit, so I'm using the properties panel. You will be able to use this. So this is the first step of my text. I'm just not going to copy them, I'm just going to take idea from them. So that is fine. Military base, US Army, this one I want to make it a bit bigger in size, so that is fine. And here is this American legend text. I want to keep it in something like this area, a bit more bigger, that is fine. Authorized personnel only, maybe I will use this one a bit later. So custom jeep military off-road, I can use them too, proud and courage. So this one I want to put in here. Then proven in combat, this is a important text, so I want to make it bigger. Then I will keep it something like this. And then custom jeep, I will use the other text there. So maybe like this, authorized personnel only. And then custom jeep military off-road, I will, and 1942 is the year, maybe these style cars were released in that year. So you will find that kind of year in different designs. So I'm just going to make this design so that I can show how skilled I am, or how, whatever style I can do. So this is how it is looking right now. Let's break the fonts here. I don't need them to act like a font anymore. Right click, create outline, that is fine, but here I apply the effect on my font, so I need to break that. Go to object and expand appearance. So this is how it is going. Let me select everything from here. Now I want to align them in the center position of my artboard. That is totally fine. So maybe I will use this one here, and then maybe I will make that a bit close to each other, that is fine, and I want to fill these gaps. So let's use something like, let's use ellipse here, but in a stroke size, in a stroke style, not in fill. And then I will use a star tool here. I will use a star, just like this. I am pressing alt and control together. Okay, so I don't know why it is not working. Okay, so K is showing up, no problem. So in this one, this star, I want to use it in fill color. So I have now no fill, only a stroke. If I press shift X, that will make it fill, no stroke. Just the opposite of that position. Let's, okay, not like that, maybe this will look good. So this is how it is looking. Let's just create an offset path, something like this. That much is fine for me. Let's click OK, and then I'm going to cut it. So in this one, I'm going to select this ellipse, open transparency, press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will paste it in exact same place, make sure it is complete black, that is totally cool, and click here. So this is how the look I wanted. Now let's make them a group. So that is the group, and then I will just bring a copy in this side. So let's select these three. I want to align them centerwise and then distribute the space between them. So that is totally cool. And now I will just keep a star here, but I want to keep these three in a group, just like this, so that I can simply align them with my alt tool in the center position. That is totally fine. So US Army, that is the big text I wanted here. Then let's create something for this area. I'm just going to create a random design here, nothing fancy. So on copy and then another copy, and then this one I will just select with my direct selection tool, bring them something like this, and then this one a bit more, just like this. I think that is cool. So let's select them, and then I'm going to align them in the center position. This is how it is looking. Let's create a, make them like this. I want them to be big enough so that I can see what is going on. So that is just to fill that area, no problem. And then this American legend text, I want to keep it in a border. Okay, so not like that, maybe I will take a rounded rectangle here, something like this, and then I will make that round. That is fine. So let's make it bigger, but I want to make it a bit longer too. So I'm going to select these two, and then I'm going to align them in the center position. That is totally fine, and something like this in this position. So let's keep them a group, and then if I select everything from here, I can simply align them to my artboard. So this is how it is looking right now, don't worry. And then this one, I want to make it bigger, just like this, because this is the illustration part of my design and I don't want to just keep it very small. So then the details of my vehicle will be lost. Like I worked in details here, so I don't want to make it too small so that the details will not be visible. I don't want that. I want to make it bigger because that is where my most of the work was. This text is not my design, but this one, this vehicle is my design. So that is how this is how it is looking. Let's create a rectangle here, just like this. I am not sure. So this is it. This is how it is looking right now. Don't worry. Send it to the back, and then I'm going to select this one and this one, then click on this text, and it is going to align with that text. So that is fine. Now maybe I can make it a bit bigger, maybe a bit more, just like this. Then cut it, selecting this one, open transparency, press Ctrl F. So this is how it is looking. So that is just to give that text a bit focus and creating a variation of the text. So authorized personnel only, I don't want that to be that much bigger. So let's create a extra shape here, just like this, selecting that. I want to make it in a stroke, then change it to this one. That is fine. Let's bring on here, reflect, and then I want to select this three, change it, align in the center position, then distribute the space. So that is perfectly fine. And then I will just make it same wide as my rest of the text. So that is fine. Let's make it a group. Now I can simply select these three and then distribute the space between them, and this is how it is going to look. That is good. Let's group it, and then I will make it same size wide up as my this design. Okay, so just like this, maybe a bit close to the zip, and that is fine. Now I will select everything from here, then just make it center. I want to make it bigger so that I am filling in the most of the space in my artboard. So something like this, that is good. Okay, let's try to adjust it. Okay, not like that. So this is how it is looking. That part is done for me, and here is some extra space that I wanted to fill in. So let's use these two. I'm going to break them again, that is fine. Okay, so this is how it is going to look. Let's keep it, I don't know, so maybe this much bigger and something like this. So then I am going to align them in the center position. That is perfectly good. I want to make this, okay, maybe this one is too close, so something like that. I want to now distribute the space, so select this one and then this one, then click on that one, that will become the key object. Align it with that position, selecting this one and this one, making that key object, and then align it with that position. So that is perfectly cool, that is good to go. So this is how it is looking right now, and I have this empty space. I can simply fill that with any text I want. So this is the text that is called the custom zip. So let's place it somewhere between this area just to fill it, nothing too fancy here. Okay, so that was close to the vehicle, the jeep, so it was aligning with that other object, but I can simply do it like this. Okay, that much is good. Let's bring in here, and then I'm going to align them center wise. Then again I'm going to distribute their space, and that is totally cool. Let's make them a group so that I can place it here. Now if I select this one and then make that the key object, I can align my that text there. So that is cool. Let's fill in some of these areas with some other elements that I want. So something like this. Maybe I can align them in the center position just like this, nothing to worry about. And then for this one, military off-road, I'll just create some more text area. That is cool. Okay, so I'm going to select this one, and then I will just create a shape here, not like that. I'll take a rounded rectangle just like this, but in rounded way. So let's make it a stroke for now so that I can see what is going on here. Okay, before that I need to break the font, otherwise that doesn't align perfectly. So that is the position of that text. I'm going to align them like this. So this one and this one, maybe I will need to make it fill color, and then I will just select this two, cut it, Ctrl V, and then I can simply select this one and then click on this minus font, and it is going to work perfectly. I don't need to do anything else there, so that is good. And then maybe I will just place it like this, but I don't want to give it, I don't want to go outside of this area, so I'm just going to keep it in this position. Military off-road, and then something else I can simply put there, but I don't know what I will use there. Okay, so I'm just going to take some idea from here. So that is the US Army, but I already used that. 516. Okay, just use, let's use some random elements from here, because I don't know if they are related or not, but let's just use it USA, and then I'll use something 5162. So this is just to showcase the idea or the work. So this is how you can make a design for your portfolio, just to show your client that how experienced you are, and this will help you get this thing done. So let's space, increase the space a bit, so that is fine. Now I'll just use another rounded rectangle here, but in this style. Then I'm going to make it look like this, and that is good. Let's create on here in a bit smaller in size. That is totally good. Okay, so this is how it is going to look. Let's select them all, align them in the center position. I'm going to select these two and make Shift X, Control X, Control B. Now select these two, minus front, select this two, minus front. We can simply use our transparency tool here, but I don't want to do that because this is just a simple thing. So this is how it is going to look there, and then this one I will just use this shape to align in the center position. That is fine. Okay, so maybe not like that. Let's bring in here. Okay, let's group it and then group this one, select this two, make this key object, align in the center position, and then group it so that I can align it with the artboard, and that is fine. So yeah, that is good. Let's bring in some ruler so that we can see what is going on here. So that much looks good to me. Okay, so you can see nothing is going out of my ruler area. Sorry, not like that. Let's bring in close inside the graphic. That is good. So maybe this one too. And this one too. So this is how it is going to look. Okay guys, so this is how my design is looking right now. This is going to be the final design. This is just to show you what I can do with Illustrator, or you can use this image as a reference. Then I can draw, just to show that I can draw vectors, I can make custom illustration, and everything else. So everything else is broken here, and I can simply turn them into one flat color, but I want to make it this color, something like that army jeep color. So that is good to go. Let's create, select everything and make it a group. I'm going to take a black rectangle here. I'm working on a 4500 into 5400 artboard. So that is how it is looking. Let's make it black and then send that to back. Okay, so you can see this is how it is looking. It is not looking very bad, I think. And this is how you can simply make a custom illustration t-shirt like this. So you don't need to take vectors from other side. You can simply make your own vectors to make it a good design. And if you can work like this, you are going to get works in this style. So your client will also want you to draw or illustrate something for them in this style. But if you are not very good at this, do not go with this style. If you are just in a position that you know the basic and you want to go in the advanced direction, then this is what you should follow. You can simply make designs like this and you will get this kind of work. So I hope this will help you guys understand this process, and that's it for today's video. I hope you like this one. Let me, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video guys. Have a great time. Thank you very much for watching my videos.